In this video, we are going to be looking at the Onyx Boox Palma, and I am so excited to finally get my hands on this device. I have heard so much about this. I've heard murmurings of a new Kindle rival, and I am so glad to be able to finally check it out for myself. I do want to say a big thank you to Boox for providing this device for review. It is greatly appreciated. If you want to check out this device in more detail, I'm going to have a link in the description below where you can get all the details and all the specs directly from the Boox website. That is also an affiliate link, so if you use that link and do purchase a Boox, it helps out the channel a lot, and I do greatly appreciate it. So let's take a trip back to the past and unbox this thing together. So bear with me as we unbox this together. I realize this is probably not the world's greatest camera angle ever, and my camera kind of unfocused a couple times, but you'll get the gist of it, that's for sure. The packaging obviously was great. It came in a nice sturdy box and was packed in there really well. Taking it out, you can see, as I mentioned already, that it's about the size of a cell phone. It's the same size as my iPhone Pro Max, so like familiar size. The back is also really interestingly textured. It kind of has the feel of like drywall, kind of like textured drywall, which I found kind of interesting for sure. And then they also included this case that matches the color of the device that I thought was really nice, and it was a really great touch. I absolutely love the way that it looks on the device. It's very subtle, obviously because it's the same color as the device, but just a little added protection on there. I really enjoyed that. I also like the look of the screen right out of the box. I was really impressed with the clarity of the e-ink display. It definitely rivals the clarity of the Kindle for sure. I went ahead and powered this thing up. I didn't explore a whole lot in this clip. I just really wanted to get the thing turned on, download the Kindle app, and check out a book and see how it looked. But setup was a breeze. It only took a couple minutes, and really it would have been faster, but my internet was a little bit slow the day I was setting this thing up. But setup was a breeze. Getting into the Kindle app was a breeze. Accessing the Google Play Store was also very easy. So all in all, it was super fast and convenient to get this thing set up, and I was reading in just a couple of minutes, really. So once I have a chance to actually use this thing for more than 10 or so minutes, I'm going to provide a full-length review, so make sure you stay around for that. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already so that you are the first to know when that video comes up. But right off the bat, what I really love about it is its size. So compared to my iPhone, it is, I think, exactly the same. This is a very scientific comparison, as you can see, but they are just about the same size. This is the iPhone Pro Max, so that's may give you a little bit of a reference there, but I like the size. It's really cool that I can fit it in my pocket. Now, a Kindle Basic will definitely fit in your pocket, maybe even a Paperwhite, but this is just like made to fit in a pocket. You know, you can take this anywhere. As a man who doesn't carry, a purse or anything, I really like the portability of it. And I also like the build quality. It feels really sturdy. It's about as thick as an iPhone, about as heavy as an iPhone, maybe actually a little lighter, but pretty much the same. Again, you can check out their website for the exact weight and measurements and everything. We'll talk about that more in the full-length review. But I like the design. I like the build quality. I have the case on it, but if you pop the case off, it does have kind of like a hard plastic backing, but it's kind of textured. I don't know if you can... It's not an ASMR video, but you can kind of tell it's kind of textured on the back. It almost has like the look of like drywall, which is kind of nice. Gives it a little grip, and the screen is also really nice quality, kind of anti-gloss, anti-glare, which I really like. It's also got some side buttons, which is very reminiscent of an iPhone. It's kind of the reverse, though, I think, of the iPhone, whereas this one has the volume on the side and then a little button here. This is the power button, I believe. And then you've got two buttons on this side, which I think can be customized, which is pretty cool. Actually, no, it's got one button. This is maybe a SIM card port, but I don't know why you would need a SIM card. I don't know. I have a lot to figure out with this thing, but I like it so far. But I think you've got an optional, like, customizable button on the side, which will be really cool to fiddle around with. As for the device itself and the interface, I'm not super familiar with Android, so I think I had an Android when I got like my very first smartphone probably 10 years ago or more. And since then, I haven't really familiarized myself with Android, so it'll probably take a little bit of extra learning for me, but the basics I'm sure are the same. I like that you can download all kinds of apps. Now, I do kind of see that as potentially being counterproductive, because what I really love about the Kindle is that it is a device for reading. If you want to check your emails, make a phone call, or do anything else, you aren't going to use your Kindle for that. Again, I don't think you can make phone calls on this, but this allows you to do pretty much anything a smartphone would do, short of, I think, make phone calls, video calls, text messages, stuff like that. But you can download any app on the Google Play Store and run it, I assume. I haven't tried. I hear you can even watch YouTube videos on this thing. It does have a speaker, which is great for audiobooks. When I was downloading the Kindle app, one of the recommended videos was the Audible app. And I was thinking, how cool is that I could download Audible on the same device that I read on? I know a phone will do the same thing. We'll talk more about the difference between this and a phone in the full review, but I like that. I like that you can download different apps, though it could be potentially dangerous for someone who is easily distracted like myself. But I'm sure there are safeguards I could take to make sure that this doesn't turn into a distraction more than an e-reader. I have to say, it is kind of almost confusing using a device that looks and feels a lot like a cell phone with the functionality and appearance of an e-reader, at least on the interface side. It's kind of different for sure. Not bad or good, but just different in a way that's kind of hard to explain. But for example, pulling up the Kindle app instead of just being already in the Kindle ecosystem, the Kindle system, was kind of strange. It is the exact same app I have on my iPhone, which I didn't immediately love. I kind of missed, the feel of a Kindle. I don't really know how to describe it, but just powering on, being in Kindle, whereas on this you power on and you're in the Kindle app. It just feels a little different, but the book reads and looks exactly the same as it does on a Kindle, which is fantastic. I'm also excited to potentially download other apps like the Kobo app to check out their bookstore. I think they have their own bookstore. Maybe not. Maybe they use Google Books. I'm not sure. But Google Books, I'm excited to get a look at that. I don't know that you can download iBooks on an Android. I haven't looked or tried, but that might be cool as well. I could see this having a lot of financial benefits. If there's a book that you want to read, but it's full price on Kindle, you can check other platforms, other stores, and get the best deal, which, hey, I'm a big fan of getting the best deal. So I think that's really cool, and I'm looking forward to that functionality as well. But overall, I don't want to ramble too much because I don't want this to turn into the full review. I want to have some stuff to talk about in the review. But all in all, I'm really excited to use this device. It's got a lot of features that I wasn't expecting and a lot of stuff that I think is going to be interesting to see and check out. If you are interested in the books, what feature got you the most excited about it? For me, it's the ability to shop around different bookstores. I think that's really, really cool. But what are you excited about, or what do you love about the books if you own one? I'm looking for all the tips and tricks I can get here as I begin to explore this device. Or if you're not interested in the books, why not? What has kind of kept you away or kept you from being interested? I would love to hear from you in the comments below. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.